Monday morning, August 25th, here in Toronto, Canada, and I have the morning papers. I'll start with the Toronto Star this morning. Toronto Star, their top story is meat recall to top $20 million. And this is with reference to the Maple Leaf meats crisis that has been spreading. The Health Minister, Tony Clement, made a statement that says that it'll be weeks before the full extent of the crisis is actually known. The reason being that they haven't tracked down all the cases, obviously, and the Listeria bacteria is able to lay dormant for 90 days, so it's going to be a long time before all the chickens come home to roost. The crisis is probably far wider than they believe. Depending on which paper you read this morning, there's 4 to 5 deaths directly linked to the Listeria bacteria. There's 20 confirmed cases. There's 30 more that are suspect. And my suspicion is that there may be hundreds more cases before they get to the end of this. They've conclusively matched the strain of bacteria that killed the 4 or 5 people to the strain that's been discovered at the Maple Leaf plant. The plant, which is on Barter Road in Toronto, has been closed. This morning, Maple Leaf expanded their recall to 220 meat products, and they expect that this will probably cost them no less than $20 million. But the truth is, they really don't know, because they don't know the extent of the redemption, like people returning stuff. They don't know how much business will be lost in the future from the bad publicity. So this could be a much, much larger loss for them. And then, of course, the loss of life is absolutely unbelievable. And I send my sincerest condolences to the families of those who've lost loved ones. And I hope that this gets to an end very quickly. That's the top star on the top story on the Toronto Star today. Under the fold, of course, and in the middle of the paper, there's a big colored picture from the closing ceremony of the Olympics. Canada won the most they've ever won in terms of medals. They won 3 gold, 9 silver, and 6 bronze. And that's for a total of 14 medals overall, which is our best finish ever. And there's a story in here about whether the effect will linger on and whether they'll finance our athletes and give us the opportunity to show better at the Olympics. When you look at a country like Australia that placed much, much higher than us, that places always in the top 10, they're not any bigger than Canada. But they devote a lot more money to sport and to the Olympics, and they get the results at the Olympics. Of course, there's a story about the Denver Democratic Convention and the selling of Michelle Obama. And to tell you the truth, I'm just sick of the whole topic. And then there's an interesting story that they have reported in the Sun that I'll get to, and that's the Toronto Star this morning. Globe and Mail, which is a national paper, still has the meat recall. On the front page, and of course they have a story about Obama picking Joe Biden, and it's the most unlikely combination of 2 people that I've ever seen in my life, and I think I understand why. I don't believe it's a personal opinion, but with every day that goes by, as much as I wish Obama would win the election, I don't get to vote, so it doesn't matter. I don't know that he's going to. A lot of people from the Hillary Clinton camp are really aggravated, and I've seen polls that show that a lot of the Clinton voters are not going to vote for Obama, and they're either going to stay home or vote Republican. So who knows? The National Post, which is also a national paper, has not much on the front page. It's a pretty slow news day. Big picture of Michelle Obama. And again, talking about the gamble that they're taking, trying to sell Michelle Obama to the Democratic Party and to the American people. There's extensive coverage in the National Post on the Olympic standings. Of course, the Americans came in with the most medals at 110. China had 100, but they had the most gold. They had 51, and the U.S. only had 36. Russia had a disappointing result at 72 medals, only 23 gold. And like I say, Canada placed 14th, our best standing ever. Now we come to the Toronto Sun. This is when we have to stop and take a look at the Sunshine Girl. Today's cover story in the Sun is interesting because it's about a young lady from Toronto who was down in Niagara Falls with her boyfriend and his brother, driving Sea-Doos up and down the Niagara River, which is the border between the United States and Canada. And an accident occurred and they got knocked off their Sea-Doos. I can only imagine what happened. One of them got knocked unconscious and got pulled out of the water, and the other one got washed up on the American side. And the punchline is they got arrested for entering the country illegally, and they're cooling their jets in jail right now. So it's a cute story. Now this is an interesting story too. The Bare Naked Ladies have not had a run of good luck. Ed Robertson, who was one of the front men from the Bare Naked Ladies, was flying his float plane in Bancroft, Ontario. You'll have to get your atlas out and find out where that is. It's near Toronto. And he crashed his plane with 3 passengers on board. They wrote the plane off and they actually walked away from the plane, hiked out of the woods, and lived to tell about it. That is a very good stroke of luck for Mr. Ed Robertson of the Bare Naked Ladies. Now, I want to show you what it looked like outside this morning when I took my walk to go by the Toronto Sun. Now, before I go on, I just want to say that this little experiment where I made 2 videos with the morning newspapers worked out a lot better than I expected. Over 1,000 people saw those 2 videos in the last 2.5 days. And I have to admit that I'm blown away. That's a lot of people. I'm going to make more of these videos. I can't make one tomorrow. They take a long time to make. I want to thank everybody who watched all these videos, and I want to thank the few people who commented and the people who sent me personal messages as well, because they were very encouraging. If you would like to see this again, let me know. I can tell you that this is not easy to do, and it'll take me a while to hit my stride, but it's kind of fun. And so many people came to watch it that I'm sure I'll do it again, but it would be nice to try and do it every morning. But it's going to be hard to do that and keep a roof over my head. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.